What is up, my fellow adventurers? Well, we did it. We finally made it to the French. French River is one I've been wanting to hit up for a long time, but it never kind of works out. Always end up pushing it aside in favor of other places like Temagami and that, but hey, we're finally here, and I'm super excited. So we encountered a bunch of spots that were closed due to bear activity, apparently. Never encountered that before. It was a little annoying. I suppose being mauled by a bear would be a little bit more annoying. I'm not excited about the rain this weekend, though. It is looking unpleasant, but hey, this is what we booked, so we're here. We're going to push through. Paddling in the rain. Paddling in the rain. Brought some garbage bags for rain pants, because I don't have rain pants. Well, I got a garbage bag skirt on. High fashion out here. I got my buddy Luke meeting us up here in, well, probably like 6 hours or something like that from now.
I didn't realize you had the video going and I'm sitting here picking my nose.
So, it'll be great to catch up with him. Anyways, let's get on the water before the rain, because we're racing rain. We launched the boats at Hartley Bay Marina, and it was super chaotic. Didn't know what was going on. Boats going everywhere. Anyways, the staff was super nice though, so it was not that bad at the time. I've only been on the road 5 minutes and already stopped for a pee break. Ugh, feels like a road trip. This place is already giving me vibes of Georgian Bay. Way too many boats. Super annoying. I was kicking the boat around with their wake. Ugh, boats. Boats, boats, boats! Black flies are already bad. What do you expect? It's May 2-4. Seems like the water's pretty high out here still. A lot of submerged trees. Or wake. Thanks, folks. I'm just blown away by this site. I can't believe they would do this. Site looks a little flooded. Good luck getting to the bathroom. That's just ridiculous. Like, I understand the water's high this time of year, but you'd think you'd pick the high ground right over here for the site. I mean, looks a lot better to me. Yeah, now you're wet, Mona. Home sweet home for the night. No. Pushed a little bit farther than we wanted to, but it's because the sights so far have been less than ideal. When we first started to paddle, I was like, ooh, it's a bit windy. We want something out of the wind. And then the first sight we stopped on had no wind, and the black flies were fierce. So I decided we want wind. And it's kind of why I hate picking individual sites when I do canoe trips. I'd rather book it by the area because, you know, different factors come into play when you're picking your site for the night. So I'd rather make my mind up as I go. Anyways, let's get set up. Bit of a tight squeeze for the tarp, but it worked. Castle's got the firewood. Good idea to bring it in under the tarp before you get some rain, if you can. I think we got just enough time because I'm pretty sure that our storm's rolling in. Always nice when you can see it coming on the horizon. I think we got like a half an hour or something until the rain starts. And we're in for it. Rain's starting. Timed that pretty well.
Okay, welcome back to Castle's Chaotic Camp Kitchen, I think is where we left off. Last trip, I forgot to film cooking the chili, so here's me filming cooking the chili on this trip. So, new set of camping meals. I know Ryan talked a little bit about it in the dehydrating video, about some of the stuff that we do with dehydrating, like making vegetables, fruits, and relying on the sidekicks. But lately I have just been setting aside portions of meals that I make throughout the week, and I've just been test dehydrating them, and then we're testing them out here so that when we go on bigger trips we can rely on like more sustainable foods for ourselves. And I think it'll be a bit cheaper than buying the sidekicks as well. We made chili last trip and it was a little bit too watery. So this time I'm just going to pour over the amount of water, I think, instead of submerging the chili in the water, if that makes sense. And we'll see. There's pine needles in here. Extra flavor. So we're just going to put it in our regular pot and slowly pour water over it until I think it's the right amount of water. Probably till about there. We'll save some water. Always make sure it's fully covered in water, at least so you don't have any surprise crunchy bits. Okay, looks good. And I even brought a luxury tortilla wraps. And that's a wrap.
Oh, we got all packed up and ready to leave, and of course it starts raining. Stupid rain. Well, I got a garbage bag skirt on. High fashion out here. The radar lied. It wasn't supposed to start raining for another couple hours. So I guess we're paddling in the rain. Fun stuff. Nona's even joining the fashion trend. How do you like your bag, Nona? Paddling in the rain. Paddling in the rain. Oh, what a glorious day to paddle in the rain. Paddling in the rain is always a good time. Especially when it's early spring or late fall. Great, just too wet and cold. Part of the experience, though. These are the last two sites for a while, so I was like, might want to give them the option. I think there's this one and then there's one more. Hold on. Hold on. working our way down the French River main outlet. Not the best day for a push, but we're hoping to make it to the elbow just because there's better selection of sites and a little bit of stuff to see there. So we're pushing in the rain, even though it's not ideal. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. At least the high water and the river's letting us do some little shortcuts and stuff. Alternative routes. I don't think you'd do this at normal water levels. Straight through the trees. Making it very difficult to look at the map. Yeah. There's a little bay. I think it's right there. Well, that was a good full day of rain. Pretty much just got to camp, set up tarps and set up the tent and napped the rest of the day away because it was not pleasant. I was just sick of the rain. It's like almost 9 o'clock and finally got a little bit of break in the rain, so we're out looking at the rapids and watching the sunset, making some dinner. What do you do? Hopefully the rest of the weekend's nicer. At least the campsite was that good though. Huge and good view. Just spectacular. One of the best sites I've ever stayed on. Reminds me of the site on the Moon River by Moon Falls, which is an awesome site too. Good morning. We're all packed up and ready to go. We kind of changed our route that we wanted to do. Seems a little bit windy to do Georgian Bay today, so we're gonna go up the Wanapitei River and check out a spot that my buddy Luke's recommending. Apparently it's a really cool rapids with a bunch of campsites, so hey, another cool rapid spot for the night. That's the hope anyways. We're just doing a little bit of exploring around and found this cool little lookout. Waiting for everybody else to get finished packed up. Can't wait to get back on the water. Battling wind and current was not a fun time. It seemed a lot easier going downstream from last night. Ugh. The struggle is real. I'm a real boy! I feel like Pinocchio. Because it's called the whale's mouth. Pardon? This is called the whale's mouth. Don't know why it's called the whale's mouth, but apparently it is. And because of that, that's the whale's mouth. It's coming to eat you. Whew. This turned out to be a brutal day of paddling. Luckily we found this little channel behind some islands that we could duck and get out a break from the wind. It's the first relaxing bit we've had in a while. I always say when you're paddling in water like this, it's like paddling through wet cement. Not a fun time. but hey, we gotta work our way back upriver, so yeah, we're gonna be fighting the current and the wind all day, I think. Well, did a bit of a plan change this afternoon. Oh, the wind was too pushy to get where we wanted to go, so we just accepted our fate and stayed on this little site. Anyways, turned out to be not too bad of an afternoon. Of course, as soon as we got everything set up, then the wind calmed down and we're like, oh, let's pack everything up and keep pushing. No, we just chilled on the site for the afternoon and kind of took in the sights of this little area. Beautiful little spot along the one channel. It's got some little coves and that. So far, I'm really loving all the sights on the French River. They've just been amazing, except for the ones that are underwater. I still think that's weird that they put so many sites that are in flood zones this time of year. I can imagine they're going to be underwater for another week or two yet, at least, before the water levels go down. So it kind of limits your spots. And also we encountered a bunch of spots that or sites that were closed due to bear activity, apparently. I've never encountered that before. It was a little annoying because it didn't give us much selection in the area since they're all closed, but I suppose being mauled by a bear would be a little bit more annoying. Oof. Anyways, sun's starting to set. Time to catch a nice sunset in the French.
Oh, I didn't realize you had the video going and I'm sitting here picking my nose. Classy.
We'll zoom in on it.
Got nasty something up my. I pulled 2 black flies out of my nose already. Oh.
God, I love the sounds in the calm morning on the lake. Birds chirping, just a slight sound of wind, and best of all, no motorboats. Man, this is living. Some people like nice things, expensive things. Personally, I think this is where life's at. Be perfectly content just doing this for the rest of my life. God, I love this. Beautiful. Ready for a paddling. Beauty morning. I think this is probably the best day of the trip. And that's usually how it goes. Best day of the trip is the day you're getting out of here. And it makes you sorry to leave. Welcome to Canoe Channel. Channel for canoes. Let's see why this would be a canoe passage. About the right size. Keeping us tucked out of the wind pretty good. Although the wind's not terrible yet. I can see it getting there. Hopefully we'll get most of it done on the way out of here before the wind picks up too bad. Because it's in the wrong direction. The only day the wind was working with us was the day it was pouring rain. I'm finding the weathering on the rocks really interesting through this route. I mean, even at these higher water levels, you can see how the water's eroded away the rocks. I can only imagine what it would be like at lower water level during the summer, where the water's actually consistently wearing away those rocks all year long. Super cool. It's always fun to have a paddle through the trees. What's that?